I'm Monica Culver. This is our son Beckett, and this is our story. When he came home, at first, when he ate, it was normal, and it was like with the other 5 children. And slowly over time, he started either not eating, or when we would start to feed him, he would stop in the middle of a feed, and he may have eaten 1 ounce or 3 ounces, but wouldn't start eating again. I kept calling our pediatrician and saying, I think something's wrong, he's not eating. And he was, at that time, 6 weeks old, and babies are supposed to eat. It was not a happy experience, and so we kept pushing and pushing, and finally they sent him for some testing, and we found out that when he swallows, he aspirates. You have your epiglottis, which is the flap in your throat that closes when you're swallowing food or liquid, and his doesn't close all the time. He has a G-tube. He got it when in May of 2009, so he wasn't yet 5 months, he was about 4.5 months old. It's a little plastic tube that goes in his belly, and we have an adapter that we hook him in to be fed through his pump, and then he has a little backpack that he wears, and the tube kind of hides in the backpack, and it plugs him in, and he's walking around, and he blends in more than when we drag the pole around, and it looks more medical. He was diagnosed with moderate autism in March, and he also has severe sensory processing disorder. He's very visually stimulated. Anything in auditory also, whatever he sees and hears is like it goes in and it never leaves. He can repeat phrases that he's heard. At 14 months old, he knew all of his letters. Now, at 2.5, counts to 27 orally and recognizes numbers 1 through 20. He reads sight words. If I get out flashcards that have sight words, he reads. Out of the probably 50 we have, he probably knows at least half of them. St. E has always been incredibly supportive, even from the very beginning when he was 6 weeks old, and we kind of discussed some things that might have been going on with him. It was never presented as a doomsday type report. It was, even if it is this, it's okay. He's young, we can keep moving forward and keep working with him. They have always given us the perspective that it's not the end, that there's always, tomorrow is a new day, and even if today is a struggle, which with autism and specifically with him and his challenges, there are days where you feel like, I don't think I can do this again. And whenever I meet with his therapist, they're always encouraging and tell me that I'm doing a great job and that he's excelling and he's doing so well and that we have a lot to be thankful for. And it gives you perspective that, there's families who struggle with things that are much worse than this. And even though you don't want to have to deal with this, it's not the worst thing. There could always be harder things. And so they've always encouraged us to just keep moving forward, don't stop, keep working with him, and that we're going to see progress. And we are seeing some great things from him.